Welcome to WMVG, the weekly Multivarious Games podcast. I am Chris, joined today by Cody.
Hello.
Tom.
Hi.
And a special guest, Evan Todd. So Evan is a local developer in Columbus, who is about to release Lemma.
He's also mute.
And we just did a Indie on Indie with him this afternoon. So we invited him to be on the show. Welcome, Evan.
Thank you.
You can talk?
Shocker.
So, yeah. Evan's working on a game. We're working on a game. We're both going to have ours released at roughly the same time, so that's exciting.
They're gonna fight. We're gonna beat you up, Evan.
Yeah.
We're gonna push your release date back.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're definitely competing for the same market share.
100%.
We are.
iOS and Steam
No,
are
the
very
gamers
competitive.
only play one game at a time.
Yeah.
That's all they can do.
I see.
Like, last week it was like Clash of Clans. The week before that it was Flappy Bird. Now it should be Bloodborne. Just throwing it out there. Have you played Bloodborne at all?
I have not, but I watch a lot of YouTubers that play it. So
Yeah.
I know.
good game.
That's my game that I'm totally into, so I bring it up on every
How
podcast.
far are you into it?
I have no idea. I think I'm like maybe a little more.
Most
I
of the
feel
way.
like I'm
Like-
getting close
like
to the end,
hours.
but I have no idea.
He doesn't want to know.
I don't even know if there's like a clock on there somewhere
Probably
that
only
tells
got, like,
you.
I bet you've only got like 20 hours into it.
Well, see, the thing with Bloodborne is like, I probably have like 40 hours put into it, but like productive hours.
Oh yeah.
Because you lose.
3.
Like yesterday, I lost like an hour's worth of work because I got killed and lost like 50,000 blood echoes. I was just
Oh
like,
man, you should have cashed him in.
I know, and I knew I was standing at this archway, and I was like, "This is totally a boss. It looks like a boss arena. It's totally a boss. Just turn around, go cash in your echoes, and you can come back." But it had been so painful to get to that point that I was like, I should at least, maybe there's a lamp up there. Maybe it's not a boss. But now it's a boss. And he totally rocked me. And then it turns out that I was like literally 15 feet away from a shortcut that takes you from the beginning of that area to the boss.
Oof.
And I had not activated the shortcut.
Oof.
So I could have both gone down, cashed in my echoes, and made it back without
In
much
like
effort.
3 minutes.
But instead it turned into like an hour and a half extravaganza of me trying to claw my way back to that spot.
Dang.
So,
And then you died right in front of your blood echoes, and you just watched them like slowly
oh
slither
yeah, I
away.
totally lost them. I didn't. Yeah. I ended up going from like 52,000 to like 6.
A tear shed.
So. But anyway, welcome to the show, Evan. We're going to sit and talk about games and crap for a while.
Yeah,
Mostly crap.
Yeah, mostly crap.
pretty much.
Sounds good.
But today is Monday, the 4th.
Yeah,
Do I have to do that thing?
yeah. April the 4th be with you.
Yeah, exactly. Did I say April? Did
No.
you say April?
No, you didn't say anything. You just said it was the 4th.
Okay.
And
It's May 4th.
Cody dodged the joke at the last second
Yeah.
by mistaking what month it was.
It is totally plausible that I said it was April the 4th.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. It was
You
all
didn't.
Cody.
That was me.
It was all Cody.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
Okay. So Evan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a developer. I make games. I'm from Columbus.
Like long walks on the beach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are fun.
those are good.
You like warmer weather.
Yes.
We talked about that the other week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Ohio
this has been awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty great. We were pulling in from lunch. Chris and I ran out to go grab lunch, and we come back, and Evan's just laying on the back of his car, just like enjoying the sun.
It's good times.
Just roll up like, hey, buddy.
Hey, yeah. It's
man.
definitely nice to wake up and not be freezing.
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
So, so you make games, but you do a lot. Lemma is a single-person show,
Yes.
minus a couple people helping with sound and stuff. But
It's a negative person show.
That's pretty impressive. So your background is in coding,
Yes.
but you start picking up all these other skill sets along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I had an art minor in college, so
Okay.
that's kind of the main thing is art, and then just other random things that you do when you're an indie developer. I'm sure you're aware of all the hats people wear.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff around here. A lot of stuff. I do a ton of stuff that isn't even related to game development, but that's the role that I serve. So
Yeah. Yeah.
You're-
This past week I started doing the PR and stuff and learning about
Yeah.
all that. So
yeah,
Fun and
Cody's
exciting.
knee deep in that for Hatcher right now.
Yeah, it's no fun.
So I actually, maybe we should talk about this because I actually started to automate it a little bit.
Oh,
I'm a programmer here, so of course I bring programming to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I ended up, because you guys know Video Game Caster,
No, I don't actually.
Video Game Journalizer. They're like Pixel Prospector? No?
I've heard of
They all
Pixel
sound
Prospect.
familiar.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's like they keep track of like, indie sites and stuff. That do PR and everything. And so a couple, like the Video Game Caster one is like basically a list of YouTubers. So I went through and like I pulled, because they have the emails right there on the page.
Yeah.
So I pulled them all out and like the ones that would be relevant to my game that would be interested, because they categorize them and everything. It's crazy.
Huh.
And then I like did like a mail merge and blasted out Steam keys to everybody. So
That
I don't
works.
know,
Nice.
just wanted to talk about that because that's
That's really handy. We just got a page for contacts, and we have our own internal database of contacts that we've been making over the years. But like,
nice.
You
See,
really
I don't have that, so I had to do something crazy.
no, that works. I mean, you really have to get your game out to as many people as you can, because someone is going to like it. Someone out there, if you like your game, somebody else is going to like it, and then they're going to start being an advocate for you, and that's how you do it. You can't just play my game.
Yeah.
And like, I don't
Do
want to play
it.
your game.
That's how Flappy Bird made it. That's how that's how Crossy Road made it. That's how all the games make it. To get played by the right person.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all there is.
yeah. And if you got money, then you can just do advertising, and that gets it out in front of people. But as indie developers, we do not have money. And I imagine you're not independently wealthy, so.
Nope.
So yeah, it makes it hard to get your stuff out in front of people. So it should be noted behind us. Is it still going?
Yeah.
We will have a photo slideshow of Lemma going on behind us. Lemmagame.com, where you can find out more information. And May 12th, you're committed to this May 12th, right?
Yeah.
What if something goes horribly wrong?
Well, then it goes horribly wrong. I don't know.
Every version. What if the US gets an EMP?
Game breaking bug where it kills your computer on the first boot. Yeah, I don't know what happens.
Yeah. Reformats
sets
your hard
everything on
drive.
Yeah.
Game of the year.
RM-RF/ I don't know.
All right.
Thank you.
Slash
These two are going to have a moment.
tilde dot asterisk or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you'll be out the 12th. We will be out the 15th,
Yes.
right? Assuming everything goes. I pulled Tom in from working on Hatchet to do this podcast.
This hour right here is the only reason Hatchet's not going to come out when we want it to come out.
Yeah, we're going to end up being an hour behind.
This is it. Yeah, 1 hour behind. That'll just cascade out to being like 5 weeks behind, and
Yeah.
Just
You know
the
how these
snowball
things
effect of an hour.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
You spend an hour podcasting, and 5 weeks later.
yeah, you just wake up and you wonder where everything went wrong.
You wake up as an 80-year-old, like,
Yeah.
damn that WMVG.
Yeah.
Sweet. I guess that was our first thought. I just kind of jumped into it.
This is episode 53.
This is episode 52.
Which means it's the first episode of the second year of weekly podcasts.
It's true.
That's right.
If we had done one actually every week, then we would be
At our
on episode 60 something, 63 or something?
Yeah, it'd be on like 60.
5.
Yeah, we'd be up there.
We missed some episodes. We're sorry.
It happens. We're indie game developers.
don't
We get
blame
busy.
us.
Don't hate the
What should
play.
we talk about, Cody?
We should just talk about everything.
Also, I forgot to check the mail today. Did you check the mail?
We didn't get anything.
I can go
We
check
never
it
do
right
anything.
now if you want.
No.
Go check
Just
the
go
mail.
leave. We can pull it up behind us.
Yeah.
Our empty mailbox.
I can
of
just go
saved
through.
messages.
We can just
from
go
Mike.
through our mail for the podcast.
Yeah.
Just open all
Just
of our
our random mail.
Just spam. I just
Yeah.
want to do dramatic readings. Of
I
all
keep
our
getting
spam.
this junk mail about, it says see Volpe flags, and it's like some website. It's junk mail that sends you to a website where you can buy flags. I'm
You
like,
can buy a flag of you.
I don't want a flag.
You should buy a flag of you. Is it like a pennant flag with a picture of you, or is it a flag that looks like you?
Yeah,
I'm not in the flags at all. It's just flags.
they just ask for a picture of you in the fetal position so they can prop it inside the flag so you can fit. So you're just like laying there And it's a flag of
That's
just
the
you.
flag.
Or one of those baby pics that everyone does now, where the
Yeah.
baby's like,
Yeah, except it's just your adult body morphed to fit a baby's frame, and it's really scary.
I'd want to do, if I had to make my own flag, it'd just be me naked on a bearskin rug.
Hey, look, if somebody saw that flag rise
you can do
above,
that right now.
Ladies.
you know, if somebody's on the open sea and they see that flag rise above the horizon, you know they're gonna give up immediately. You know? Like, it's just weird.
What the hell are
Is
we
this
talking
what
about?
you guys have been doing for
Yeah.
52 episodes?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is why.
This is it.
This is why Hatchet's not done yet.
Because we come in here and talk about random shit.
What's going on in the industry, Cody? What should we talk about?
We should talk about everything. I don't know.
we don't have Cody's laptop here to tell us what to talk
I
about.
know. There's nothing. There's no
You
script
have
for
to
us.
forge your own
We don't
destiny.
even use the script anyway.
Yeah, we really don't. Yeah, I don't know. There's
Steam mods.
yeah, got that.
You
Did you
talk-
cover that
That's nice.
last week?
we
Probably?
covered it last week.
Yeah, there's
what do
no-
you feel about Steam mods?
Yeah,
I don't know.
sure. I don't know.
Well,
Yes.
I think everyone freaked out about it, and it was, it was an effort to allow people to make money on Steam, and somehow they thought that Valve was being super greedy about it or whatever. And Gabe did a AMA about it on Reddit. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
And
No, I
he
didn't.
was like, guys, we made like $10,000 off of this thing, and it cost us like $10 million just to answer all the angry emails we got. He's like, we're not making any money off of this, guys.
Well, I like Gabe, but like looking at post sense past the issue, be like, oh, it cost us a bunch of money. We didn't make any money. It was like, no shit, because you fucked it up. If you had done it right, the potential was there for you to make
Yeah.
money.
Well, I think they're still going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they
But it's just like a car manufacturer being like, look, our faulty brakes cost us a lot of money. It's like, it should
That's
have.
a good point.
You know, that
a
it
good
should
point.
have. Well, do you think have you ever done any mods on Steam or anything before? Not your thing? Do you think that 75% revenue take
Was fair?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, the thing was, it was set by the publishers. So,
Well, Valve got 30.
yeah,
Bethesda got 45.
right. That's where...
And then
That's where, and I think it's because they left it up to the publishers. I don't think you can really blame Valve for that. But yeah, I don't know. Is the 30% take? I mean, I don't really know.
Industry standard.
It is industry standard.
It is. I mean, 30%, we talked about this last week, and we won't beat it to death, but 30% seems reasonable. You can maybe even argue 50%. But it's like at 75%, it's just like, that's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
So
I
I don't
agree.
know. Yeah, I'm sure mods will come back, and Valve. I'm really surprised that like nobody at Valve was just like, "Hey, Gabe, 75% seems like a lot." Like, was there nobody there that was just like, "This number's really high"? You know, and did they just be like, screw it, let's do it"?
That's whatever.
Or was the mentality just like, well, they're getting nothing now, they should get something, you know? And you're like, well, they're getting 25% of a number that they didn't get before, which makes sense, but that it seems like a specious argument to me.
So like, we can throw them some scraps.
Right.
Yeah,
It's better for you to be malnourished than starving.
I suppose.
Did you guys see itch.io launched? I think I sent you an email about it.
Yes, I looked at it.
They
It seems
launched
cool.
bundles, so you can have, like, you can just make a bundle and between a bunch of people, and you can set percentages of revenue and stuff, and then, so even though no one's on itch.io really, but it's up and coming.
You can make a bundle so that you can make a bundle.
Yo, dog, I heard that you liked bundles.
Yeah.
Is that where we're?
No,
Is that where we're going?
make a bundle
So
financially.
I bundled a bundle. So
You
you could-
bundle you bundle your software so you can make a bundle financially. That was the joke. The two different kinds of bundles. there.
Ah.
Well, are there any other avenues where you can do bundling? Like Humble Bundle, you can't just go up on. You have to work with them. But is there like another place where you can just,
Yeah, there's a ton.
because you
There's
can't bundle on
stars,
Steam, right?
Bundle Stars, Indie Games Stand, I think those bundles. There's a bunch of.
And there's like other than just the Humble Bundle. There's the Bundle Royale, the Indie
Yeah.
Royale. And there's one more. Can't remember what it is, but there's a few that are like the Humble Bundle essentially, but they're just an alternate
Yeah.
kind of thing. Usually more obscure even. So Humble Bundle definitely being the most mainstream of all the services that do that kind of stuff for you. But
Well,
Maybe
we'll just make our own MVG publisher bundle thing.
we'll call it the Little Bundle of Joy, and it just whenever you buy it, it's just like loud like baby cries
Yeah.
that just play on your computer.
You have a
Constantly.
1 in 1 million chance of it actually being a baby.
Yeah, we just record like whatever their billing address was. We just send them a baby. They're like, "Why didn't I get games?" It's like, "Cause you won."
Yeah.
Congratulations, Dad, but I'm 12. Well, you should have thought about that beforehand. I like it. I found another site where they were trying to do the Humble Bundle thing, but I feel like it was just one dude just bought every Humble Bundle he could. And so the site's premise was like, if you pay $2, we send you a Steam key. Like, I'm not going to tell you what the Steam key is. And they're like, you have a chance of getting Grand Theft Auto.
oh, so it's like a slot machine?
Yeah, it's like a slot machine where you put $2 in and you get a game back.
You're guaranteed to get something.
Or it's like one of those claw machines that like give you candy. And they're like, oh yeah, you're guaranteed to always win, or you keep playing until you win, and then like you get it and you get like taffy.
You know those things are rigged?
Claw machines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do they rig
100% rigged.
The claw pressure is determined on some algorithm that's based on so not only do you have to like do the hard part of lining it up and do it, but when you press the button, it runs through a check of how grabby it's going to be. That kind of like broke my soul when I figured that out.
Yeah.
When I found that
That
out,
makes sense.
it just like, I like games of challenge where if you're good at it,
That's the thing though. You can't do that because if it can be won by skill, someone will go through and just ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess you could just have to. So Dave & Buster's back in the day, there's this jump rope machine. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Like the lights go around, you have to kind of like jump over the lights.
Don't they still have that?
They still have it.
Yeah.
But my story is pertinent to years ago.
Okay.
But I was at Dave & Buster's and there was a dude there, like this big dude. You would not think, like, not making any generalizations here, but one would not guess that he would go for the athletic style of games. But that dude hit the jackpot every time on that machine. And he was just like, and he wasn't cheating. He wasn't like doing any kind of funky feet work. He was just like, jackpot. And he brought like a towel with him. Like he came prepared to do that machine.
You just get like Maniac playing in the background.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you like really good at one of the Dave & Buster's games?
I used to, and then they changed it.
Oh.
Yeah,
They patched it.
Yeah, they patched it. Because I got my Wii U
Yeah.
from one of those, but I can't do it anymore. It's like they've made it just like so difficult.
Huh.
But
They like saw you. They were like watching their video camera. They were just like, all right, anytime that Chris guy walks up to the machine, make sure to bump up the difficulty by like
now,
20.
granted, I was there for like a long time, constantly, and most of it was just me sitting there waiting for the jackpot to pay out. So I'm sure they noticed. It was not a secret.
It's hard to rig those totally skill-based ones where you just have to. No, it's like if DDR gave tickets. It's like, you know what I mean? Somebody's just gonna come and be a DDR master and just blow it away, and you can't just be like, oh, we're shutting things down unless that person just keeps showing up. And then the easy solution is just ban that person from your machine.
Yeah, I guess it just seems like
That's what the casinos do. If you win too much, they just take you away.
sure. It just seems contrary to like kind of the competition. Like, if you figured it out or you're good at it, like you should be able to keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. Get the machine out of there
Yeah.
if they can't fucking handle the fire.
Right.
Because I don't know, it just seems cheap.
Yeah. It's all
Kinda-
about making that money.
It kind of applies with free-to-play games too, though. I guess.
Yeah.
Since some people actually do play those games and they don't spend any money and they actually they're okay.
I don't think I've ever put money into a free-to-play game.
I have.
I don't think.
Me
'Cause-
neither.
I hit that paywall.
Scouts honor.
Scouts on.
I hit that paywall and I'm just like, nope, done. Like, if I like having a challenge in those games. Like my recent one was the Pokemon free-to-play game. Like they had a little puzzle game on
Damn
the
it!
3DS.
Did you download that thing?
No, that was before. You're thinking of a different game.
Okay.
No, this was before that. This was like probably in February. I think they launched this
Just
one.
released it for free to 3DS.
Yeah.
Just here's a free game.
And what it was is they were doing the free-to-play model where you could buy like crystals that gave you extra like moves. It was just a basic match 3 game.
Sure.
But it got to the point where I was pretty good at the game. I mean, I've played it quite a bit. Had some pretty good Pokemon and blah blah blah. But like, I would play the puzzle over and over again and could only get like halfway through it before I ran out of moves. And I'm like, all right, you obviously want me to spend money on this game now, and I'm not going to do it. And then I noticed with the game that we were talking about on an earlier episode, where they made another Pokemon game that was free to play. I think Pokemon Rumble or something like that. They have now put in all of like the promotional material for it, like free to start. Like it's not free to play; it's free to start.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Like, wow.
Excuse me.
I mean, like at least they're being honest, but.
Guess that's something.
I guess that's the thing.
I mean, if you're gonna get screwed, it's nice that they're being honest about it.
Free to start. Notice it's not free to close. You can start the app running on your phone. You've got measures in place. It's always gonna be running.
Yeah.
Did you just write that down? Are you stealing my idea?
I just wrote down when I coughed. So
I
like,
see.
You can ruin it.
So you can
because I said last time when I coughed, I was like, Cody, remember that, and you didn't remember
but
it.
Nope.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, I'm glad you're not writing down, my horrible idea.
No, that's capsulated on audio forever.
Oh yeah, that's
don't worry about it too.
Yeah, so somebody will be able to steal it.
Yeah. Free to not reformat your hard drive. Or wait, no, opposite. It's free to reformat your hard drive.
Ransomware.
You have to pay up if
Ransomware.
Yeah. That's exactly what that is.
No. Guys, we should just become cyber criminals and create these.
I don't know anything about computers and stuff. Like I don't know enough to like cyber criminal anything.
So Evan, do you think Lemma is making the Mirror's Edge people sweat a little?
No.
No.
Not even a little. I'm partly because I'm excited for Mirror's Edge too.
Yeah.
So like, I'm still a fan.
Yeah. No, I really loved Mirror's Edge. I was glad to see you picking up that mantle of first-person parkour.
Have you seen Mirror's Edge 2?
I haven't, no.
Oh man, it looks cool. And like they're kind of doing this thing where they're like trying to be more open development and stuff.
Yeah.
So they actually showed some like early prototype footage and everything. The only thing is that everyone hated the combat in the first Mirror's Edge. Did you like the combat?
Well, I mean, I beat the game on the hardest difficulty, so I definitely got used to the combat. I actually I got the hardest difficulty achievement and the no guns achievement in the same run.
Yeah, so. When I beat that game, I think I killed one guy, and that was the one guy you're allowed to kill on your pacifist run, because it's like you're running through a scaffolding, and the only way to get past it is to like kick a guy off of the scaffolding. So like that's the only person who I killed in my entire playthrough of that game.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't die. Maybe he just had a broken neck.
Yeah. He's just in a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
Yeah, the hardest part of the non-violent run, especially on the hardest difficulty, is just the last room where you get the 2 guys with the machine guns on top of the catwalk. I'm still not sure how I managed to do it. I just played it over and over again until I finally just pulled it off, and I was like, yes. But it's just I don't think they expect you to not kill them with guns, but you totally can. It's possible.
Well, anyway, so they there's more of that basically, like in the trailer and everything. It was all about like the combat and everything, which I actually kind of liked it. But and like the shooting, I liked the shooting.
Is it still the same characters? Does it take?
Yeah, it's the same.
Start off right after the first one ends.
I think it might be a prequel or something. I don't know, but it's still Faith, and I don't really remember any of the other characters because it was kind of a dumb story. But yeah, so it does look cool though, and it looks like they're trying to do more like the combat. They're trying to make it more about the parkour, like like you're gonna jump off a wall and kick somebody in the face, as opposed to like combat and then running. Yeah, it's like together.
That's cool.
So it looks pretty sweet.
That seems like because they add so many parkour combat moves that you almost never get to use.
Yeah.
It's like,
it seemed like there was a whole lot when you're first, like in that first training. She's like, all right, you do this, here's this move, and then you just run the rest of the time. You don't ever do anything.
Yeah. Heck, I mean, most of the parkour combat moves, the only reason you do them is to get the achievements for doing them.
Right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's like all that, you have to like lead an enemy to a spot where you can do it on them. Otherwise, they're just like it's always so inconvenient. But yeah, I mean,
I never played it.
I was joking with me and Cody rode up here together, and I was joking with him that the Mirror's Edge people heard about Lemma, and that's why they decided to fast track the development. Oh man, there's an indie making basically what we do, so we gotta, it's time. It's time to get back on the saddle. And
there's been some other first-person parkour games that have come out.
Brink, the best first-person parkour game. He lied.
Brink.
Yeah, did you guys play that?
No, I haven't heard of it.
It was a first-person shooter Call of Duty clone, but they were like, yeah, there's parkour elements into it.
So you were joking when you said it was the...
Yes, no, it's terrible. It has a single-player story mode that is essentially like playing through Call of Duty multiplayer. Like the story mode levels are set up as like team deathmatch games.
Really?
And then it's just like, your team won, so you get to go on to the next level, and like they shoehorn some plot into like the fact that you won, but instead of it actually being multiplayer, it was just with bots. So you're playing team deathmatch with bots, and that was the entirety of that game.
Yeah, that's, to be fair, that was Unreal Tournament's story mode, but Unreal Tournament, that's all that game was deathmatch arena fight. So yeah, that's a little disappointing, I guess.
And then, you had to unlock, like, a body type in order... So, like, there was, like, the mediums, heavies, and smalls. Mm-hmm. And the smalls were the only people who could actually do parkour. And you don't unlock them until, like, 12 hours into gameplay. So, like, I was playing the game like crazy because I was like, this is awesome. This is exactly what I want. And then, like, it took me 12 hours to unlock it. And finally, I'm just like... I'm done with this game. It's so terrible.
Now I'd love to see a joke mod of Mirror's Edge 1 where you're just playing some big person and it's like it just puts you in the exact same situation, but your speed is like really bad.
Have you seen the?
You run out of breath.
You can't jump, so
you need an inhaler.
Yeah.
Have you seen the third-person mode in Mirror's Edge?
No.
Video? There's some pretty funny videos on YouTube where they show because they especially the cutscenes. They they made it look good in first person,
right.
And like there's like body parts like teleporting in and out based on when you're out of frame and stuff. So it's pretty funny. I recommend.
Yeah, is it like your legs are only visible if you're looking down and
yeah. When you look up and like her legs are just kind of like moving all over the place, not really. and then there's one like I don't know. Cutscene where you're like saving someone off of the edge of a building, and like your legs just are completely like if they don't need to update where your legs are, they don't, and so you move like 20 feet and your legs are still way back there, just stretched out over 20.
That's funny.
And then you see them again, so they go whoop back to where they need to be.
This is how you make the magic happen. You cut as many corners as possible.
Yep. Is it like the YouTube video Late for Work, where it's just the random like 3D animated guy just walking to work like? Have you guys seen that? No? Okay. It's like a guy messed around with, he was recording real life and then would animate a 3D model into it, but the 3D model is like this, like, naked, genderless, like, person that's just, like, doing really weird walk cycles. So there's, like, one cycle where it's just kind of, like, doing, like,
Ministry of Silly Walks, basically.
Yeah. Pretty great. So that's what Mirror's Edge third person looks like.
Is there a release date for Mirror's Edge 2 yet?
No, they pretty much just talked about it at last year's E3, right? And
they're
just like, it's coming.
Sweet. So you got plenty of time then. build off that hype. Be like, you want to play Mirror's Edge 2? You play this instead. While you wait.
So you're gonna be like, Mirror's Edge 2 coming out May 11th.
Damn it! And then you'll get it where people play Mirror's Edge 2 and they'll be like, I wish it was more like Lemma.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah,
sure.
They will.
I can see it.
You never know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be your fault that they have to fold because you just satisfied the people's desire for parkour games.
You single-handedly killed Mirror's Edge. I want you to know that.
Is that
I don't want that to happen.
Yes.
I hope that doesn't happen. But
so you say.
Because I love Mirror's Edge. It's awesome. I like DICE too, even if they just make Battlefield. I feel like DICE is good. It's just that EA like forces them to make the same games over and over again. And like, you will make BF4 with a bunch of bugs and push it out in time for Christmas. Like all this stuff.
Publishers
I feel bad for
bad?
guys.
Pretty dicey
What?
proposition.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
Tom.
jeez.
Ugh, I'm
Oh
done.
Oh,
jeez.
jeez. And then you write down when that happens so you can censor me.
I'm done.
Bye, Cody.
See you
Also,
forever.
Check our frames. High camera B-roll. High camera A-roll. How's Evan look?
Evan, you're currently out of shot. I don't know if that's just because...
You've been out of shot forever, the whole
Yeah.
time.
It's probably just because, like, my chair and all that kind of stuff. But we're good. We're good.
Doing fine.
That's awesome.
All right, I'm back. I've recovered from your terrible joke, Tom.
Well, that's good. Most people don't.
Okay, so we talked about Mirror's Edge 2.
Yeah,
That was exciting.
I'm excited about that game.
Are you?
What? Yeah. So I noticed last year we started a trend of just kind of doing random topics because it was new. It was a new podcast, but it's also a new year, and we haven't talked about this year yet. So what are your guys' most anticipated games for this year?
We haven't talked about that?
I don't think we have. No, I'm pretty sure we haven't. Did we?
Evan,
we're
what's the most
5 months-
anticipated
we're 5
game?
months
I
into
feel
it.
like we have, at the beginning of the year, probably we did, but
Did we?
that's no point. Not
Things
no
have-
reason
things have
not to do it
changed.
again. Mine's still Barkley 2. That's still my most anticipated game of this year. It's more anticipated than the game I'm making.
What is it?
Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden 2. The sequel to Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden 1.
What is this game?
Oh jeez, the first game was made in RPG Maker and then later ported to Game Maker, and is a RPG in the style of like, where you got like the timed events and combat and all that, and it's a game that assumes that the events of Space Jam were canon, and it's a post-cyber-apocalyptic world where all the b-ballers were rounded up due to having too much power, essentially. Like, Charles Barkley is capable of performing a dunk called the Chaos Dunk, which is essentially creates a thermonuclear explosion and kills everybody but him who does it. So he's retired from basketball, and they had already rounded up all the b-ball players, and it's just like this horrible like apocalyptic state. And then another Chaos Dunk happens, and he's accused of doing it because he's the only one known to have done it. So Michael Jordan, who's a turncoat and has joined the anti-b-ball removal squad, comes to arrest him, and his son Hoops with a Z, and that's when the game really begins.
That's where it starts getting good.
You embark on
Awesome.
you embark on a quest to rescue your son Hoops from the b-ball removal department and figure out who did the Chaos Dunk, stop them, redeem yourself, redeem Charles Barkley's name and legacy.
And then you just shut up and jam.
And then you shut up and jam, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
You start with a volleyball instead of a basketball, and you gotta
Work your way up to the basketball.
Yeah, you gotta work your way up to a basketball, and you get like 2 basketballs. You double dribble, and got all these special moves. You can like double team, and
Wow.
Interesting.
You sold me.
yeah,
Where
no,
do I buy it?
it's free. It's free. You
Oh
can.
my gosh.
Yeah, just look up Tales of Games, Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden. You can download it. They kickstarted the sequel to it. They made like 3 times the amount they asked for. So the only reason it's not already out is because they essentially had to double the scope of their game because of the Kickstarter success. So they're expecting it to be out sometime in the summer. So, and it's an action RPG rather than like a pure turn-based RPG. So, and you actually just go around and shoot stuff with a gun, but there's RPG progression, and I guess there's a really non-linear storyline that they added, where the first game was pretty linear. It had a lot of secrets to it, but it was pretty linear. Yeah, it's my most anticipated game. I love the humor of the first one. It was like, it's a ridiculous premise, but they take it so seriously that it like wraps around back into comedy. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's a good game. Like it was obviously made with like just the rawest, like, you know, obviously like RPG Maker, Game Maker, but they managed to do a lot with that system. So it's a really impressive effort actually. So I recommend it to everybody.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it out, definitely.
Or Indie Spotlight, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Our indie spotlight of Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden.
Yeah.
2.
2. Yeah.
What's yours, Evan?
I don't really have any big ones on the horizon. Just like indie. Like I'm just waiting for like all my friends' games to come out. So like Hatchet and like Forge Quest and Relativity is another one. Just want to see all those games come out. So I don't know. I guess AAA maybe like it'd be interesting to see what Ken Levine does with his whatever he's doing.
Yeah, the whatever it is.
Yeah. BioShock Infinity +1.
Just because I like BioShock games, despite I know everyone hates Ken Levine now and like.
Do they?
Well,
is that a thing?
Yeah, for shutting down Irrational Games and all that, and.
Oh. I didn't get the impression people hated him.
My Twitter feed, at least, was blown up, but Twitter's always blowing up, so I don't know. It's about something.
It's just a
I think Ken Levine can do what the hell he wants. I mean, they were irrational employees, but they were also part of 2K, right? So
yeah,
I'm sure there's places. Not that I want anyone to lose their job or anything, but
yeah, that was the main.
You're just gonna keep like a giant organization going.
Ken Levine.
The other option was that he just quit and brought some people with him, and you have the same thing, except now you have this 200-person team, not sure what the hell they're going to do.
Ken Levine's too young to be able to decide that other people shouldn't be able to work at Irrational.
Is he? He's like mid to late 40s.
It's too young.
Too young?
Yeah. Executives should only be 60 plus.
55 plus.
Yeah. Always trust people over 50.
It's good advice.
Yeah.
Never steer you wrong.
Nope.
I'd like to see what he's going to do too. I know it's going to be a heavily narrative-driven experience, but I don't know what that means.
So have they announced anything about? Okay, it's just all speculation now.
Yeah, I was hoping to get him to the expo so we could talk about it.
I hope it's System Shock Infinite.
System Shock.
Yeah, I played a lot of BioShock Infinite. I enjoyed
BioShock
that
Infinite
game a lot.
was so good. Did you ever platinum it, or did you play it on 360?
Yeah, I platinumed it.
Nice. That's a good one.
Or I 360'd it, I think.
You 360'd it.
Whatever.
No scope 360.
Is that what it is?
I think it's just like 100% complete.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't have quite the ring to it as platinum.
Yeah, I didn't care about trophies until platinums came along.
Like platinum gets the top spot for. I mean, I can think of lots of medals that are worth more than platinum is.
Yeah.
You know.
Adamantium.
I don't know.
Unobtainium.
It's not even. Those aren't even real. Those aren't even real.
I would probably platinum it again on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Maybe through. It's on Now, right? PS Now, I think.
It might be.
So maybe I could do that.
Yeah.
I still want to platinum Spec Ops: The Line.
Yeah, I need to go back and
You ever played that?
game.
That seems like the kind of
that was a
game that
crazy
wouldn't
game.
allow you to platinum it. Like it's just like
It just self-destructs once you play it once.
yeah.
Sorry,
Never play it
no.
again.
Screw you.
That would be great.
You have
You're
to
a terrible
platinum it
person.
without turning it off.
Yeah.
You guys, you may not remember this because you're a little younger, but do you remember Blockbusters? And I think it was backed by Disney. Blockbusters rental plan for their DVD movies.
Not quite.
What?
Where when you rented a DVD movie, or this is even, so this would be an initial DVD and then as well as disc-based games.
So this
Had-
is
had to
like
be a
just
disc.
this is like when DVDs were being introduced.
Yeah, so this was like late 90s, early 2000s. They created a DVD or a CD base, whatever, that you would get it, like rent it from the store. When you opened it, it exposed it to air, which would then start like anodizing it. So it would only be playable it was like a day or two, because what would happen is the disc surface would start to like cloud as it was exposed by air.
Wow.
Eventually preventing the laser from penetrating the surface, so it couldn't do the thing. So you would rent a disc, and you would get that disc and you could, as soon as you exposed it to air, you
Throw
could,
it away?
yeah, and then you just throw it away.
Holy cow.
Talk about
Yeah, it was an extremely
DRM.
wasteful plan. But
yeah,
that,
talk about DRM. Like damn.
but that was an idea that they were going with. Is like, yeah, you'd have whatever the duration of the process
I
was.
bet there's still a bunch of those DVDs just sitting in a landfill somewhere. It's
Probably,
like
yeah.
Monument to good ideas. You know?
So
Oh, landfill.
So
Monument's
wasteful.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Alongside
That's
these
crazy.
things, did you see the Marilyn Manson thing?
No?
His newest album is on old PS2 discs. Or-
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's PS2. Maybe PlayStation 1. Whatever the black covered disc was.
PS2?
Is that 2? I think it's 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, his new album is on those, like made on those discs.
He just went.
So
He
it
just
has
went
a
to like a
black-
GameStop and bought all of their PS2 discs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he got them, but he said he liked the aesthetic of them. So.
PlayStation just had a warehouse full of discs they never got to burn a game onto, and they're never gonna get to burn a game onto, and he just showed up with a suitcase full of money. He's like,
well, dude, the last PlayStation 2 game came out in like 2014.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out last year.
What?
Yeah. Look,
What?
I don't know what it was, but like, yeah, they were making PlayStation 2 games until last year.
Wow.
They were. I would go to like a Walmart. They'd still be selling like N64 WrestleMania like 3 years ago.
What is it? Just perpetually in the discount bin, like, or
But I mean, these are
it's behind the shelf, like.
It was on the shelf.
Wow.
Like on the shelf, full price. Which is why it was still there.
But
yeah.
like these games are like, this is a game that was released in 2014, not something that's been sitting on the shelf for like 5 years.
Do you know what game it was?
No, I could look it up, but
Was it
like
also
FIFA.
for PS3 or was it
I don't know.
PS2 exclusive?
I don't know.
2014.
I mean, the PS2's got like 150 million user base or something.
Yeah.
So, there's still people playing PS2 games. As strange as that is.
Well, maybe we shouldn't find it strange. Maybe that's offensive. It's like that's all they have. Like,
Sure.
They haven't been able to trade up at all, so they're just playing their PS2s.
Man, I keep playing my Super Nintendo. If I couldn't
Yeah.
afford anything
Yeah,
else,
for
there are a lot of awesome Super Nintendo games.
Maybe they're playing
You
it by
keep
choice.
playing.
It's just like I love the PS2. The PS3 fucked it all up, ruined it for everybody.
Ruined it. Blu-ray.
Yeah.
You damn cell processing.
Cell architecture.
Cell architecture.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were talking about before that, but Mirror's Edge, anyone?
Video
Ken Levine.
games.
Video games. Ken
Oh,
Levine.
we were talking about games. Looking forward to.
Yeah.
The games we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
So we have Barkley,
Yep.
We must.
Ken Levine.
You know, yeah, I think we're right. We did talk about this because my answer is more than likely still the same. Of I need Persona 5 in my life.
Yep.
They just released some screens not that long ago, and that game is so pretty. Like,
Yeah.
Do you follow Persona at all? Okay. Chris and I got addicted to Persona 4 on the Vita, which is it's a turn-based RPG, where you are a Japanese high school student and you have 1 year to like make like strong relationships while doing like all of the dungeon crawling and stuff like that.
Solving a murder.
Yeah, solving a murder inside Persona 4. And they released a trailer for Persona 5, and it looks incredible. Like, they just did a lot of, like, just minor things to the game. So, like, in Persona 4, when you'd meet up with, like, your investigation squad, is it squad or crew or something?
I don't know. We
when-
don't have to explain the whole game.
Yeah, when you would meet up with like your team before you'd go exploring into the dungeons or whatever, like it'd just be kind of like a screen of like the entire team just kind of sitting there like brr, 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 brr. And inside Persona 5, they showed off kind of what that looks like, and it's like everything's moving, and it's like these like really subtle things of just like, somebody's like and it's like these subtle things that like it's like these really subtle things that like
They just threw a bunch of
it
money at
shouldn't
it, basically.
yeah it shouldn't matter, but then when you think about it, Persona 4 came out on the PS2,
Yeah.
so like they've had 10 years of technology to just be like, let's mess around with everything. So like the game is super stylized and looks like incredible, and then I got so addicted to Persona 4 that like as soon as Persona 5 comes out, like I'm gonna be gone that entire weekend. I'm just gonna go lock myself up in a basement and go play it.
This is kind of totally unrelated, but just the fact that you said it was Japanese made me think of this. It was called, it was some Unity game, and it was called like Japanese Schoolgirl Simulator, something like that.
Oh god.
And it was this. It got really big, I think, on YouTube and like Twitch and stuff, because the whole thing was you're this Japanese schoolgirl, you have a crush on this guy, and you have to, there's some gameplay mechanics as far as like you flirt with him and stuff, but then there are other girls in the school, of course, and so you have to kill them because
it sounds like School Days, kind of.
maybe that's what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's you would, and so like you like, I don't know, he smiles at like another girl, and it like draws like a target on them or something. It's like, target acquired or whatever. And so now you have to kill this girl, and then like you have to like hide the body.
Is it like
from the police,
really
and then you're like mopping up the blood trail as you dragged her like over to the dumpster, and
so
now
it's
there's
pretty
blood
graphic then.
Yeah, it's like this huge, and yeah, she's like super cute, and like the whole thing is like really cartoony, and like, and then she goes and like flirts with the boy, and it's all like, it's just a really,
she's like, just blood all over her hands.
Just a ridiculous, just a ridiculous game.
Yeah, I actually when I was at Cody's house, I showed we were playing. What were we playing?
Oh yeah, so we'll have to set this up a little bit. When we had the Global Game Jam here, we were staying up really late one night. It was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were looking at. I was trying to show everybody what Gunpoint was, which is a really awesome indie game. If you guys haven't played it yet, it's on Steam for like $10 or something. But when we were doing that, it was on one of the like Steam's top games was a game called Hatsune Miku, or no, not Hatsune Miku. What was it called? Honey Pop. It's called Honey Pop. And the goal of this game is it is a Bejeweled clone, but the entire goal of the game was that you were this guy who like had no game, and so you get like a fairy like godmother of sex. So like
it's a Bejeweled clone wrapped in a dating sim.
That like, so of course, we're all joking about it and whatever. So we have an MVG social at my house, and I buy the game before then so that like we could just make fun of it the whole time. And then it just turned into a night of just us like looking up all of these like terrible Japanese games. And like one of the ones that Tom was showing was
School Days, which it's originally a manga and an anime, but they made games out of it. And it's like the game you were describing, except there's only 2 girls, and you play as the guy, and your goal is to balance your relationships with both of these girls, who, if either of them find out about the other, will either kill the other, or kill both of you, or kill themselves in front of you.
Jeez.
And so it's just like this really grim, like, just tightrope walking dating sim where you're just trying to like get through without
survive.
And, like you're supposed to like choose one, but you have to pursue that one in a way that the other one is not. Yeah, so it's.
Is there a way to bring both of them together with you?
I don't think there are any good endings like that. I think that I think there's like one not bad ending, and then the rest are just like horrible.
Yeah.
Or like, you're just waiting for a train, and like you've already spurned the other one, you're just waiting for the train with the one you picked, and then the one that you spurned just pushes both of you in front of the train. Or like you're walking in the park with the one you chose, and there's like a bridge over like this walkway through the park, and the one that you spurned just like dives headfirst into the concrete in front of you, just to try to ruin your day, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what the goal there is, but
well, this has effectively ruined my day.
Just try to show you that you've driven them beyond the point of. It's just like, come on, like get a hobby.
Why don't you go like make a boat or something?
Yeah, make a ship in a bottle, I guess. And then just like break it open and stab them with it.
Like 3 years later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those games are weird. Did you guys ever play Catherine?
What's your game that you're looking forward to?
After that, man.
Obviously, School Days too.
Yeah, School Days too.
It's gotta be.
I don't know. I'm so into Bloodborne right now. There isn't anything. I wish. This is what I hate about collector's editions. I wish you could buy them after the fact and they weren't jacked up on eBay.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know a lot of the times if I want to pre-order a game or not. I want to wait for the reviews to come out. But I definitely would have gotten a whatever special edition of Bloodborne had I known what I know now.
Yeah, they had one special edition for the States of Bloodborne, and it was like an extra $20, and it came with I think an art book, the soundtrack, and then a steelbook case. And like I actually had that pre-ordered, and then canceled my pre-order because I didn't have the money for it at the time, and then turned around and bought it like 2 days after I would have just picked up my pre-ordered special edition. So I was like, I should have just kept that.
Oh well.
So.
But yeah, as far as what I'm looking forward to, I mean,
Bloodborne patches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal Gear maybe.
Yeah,
There's nothing really on my radar where I was like, I am so excited to play that game.
Maybe Silent Hills before it got canceled.
Yeah, but was that even released this year?
Oh, I don't think so. Probably next year.
Halo's coming to PC. I'm excited about that.
What
Wait,
is
Halo 5 is?
Halo?
Yeah.
Where are you going, Cody?
Was it not going to come out for PC?
Yeah, we're done.
No, of course not.
It's all right. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, it's weird to me just because, like, I don't know. I'm mostly in the Halo 1 world.
Oh, you're up there.
Yeah.
Is that one working
And,
still?
you know, Halo 1 was PC originally. And
Yeah.
so it's like, I'm surprised that.
Ever
you know,
since then, it's all been Xbox. Buy an Xbox. It's like the only reason to buy an
Right.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Sunset
You
Overdrive.
want to play
Yeah,
your
I don't even like Halo, so.
You don't play your Halos. You got
I liked Halo. The one that they're doing, it's like a version of the Halo 3 engine, I think, and it's going to be free to play apparently. On PC.
That game. I think it is like released in like Russia, right?
Yeah,
like
well,
Halo Online.
That one.
it leaked, and there was some kind of mod or crack or something. I don't know.
Halo 1 was great when it came out. Like, it was amazing. It kind of felt like an open world game, even though it wasn't. Just because it gave you like just the big maps and it kind of.
Yeah. I just couldn't get into Halo 1. I never played it in the beginning, and I tried playing it. I actually own Halo 1 and Halo 2. Never played Halo 2.
The single player campaign in Halo 1, I still think is like it's the best I've ever
really,
played.
really
I
good.
think. It's just really awesome.
Seriously?
Yeah, well,
Halo
just
does it build up to something?
It's just every part of it is
Halo
just great.
became a trope of itself, and that's
after everything after that, it's just like the single player campaigns are like, whatever. We've seen this all before.
This reminds me of Halo.
Yeah.
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 That's the one thing. I've actually never beat Halo 1.
Oh, it's.
I've beat all of the other Halo games, but I never.
You should do it.
And actually,
there's another there's a commentary on Halo 1 also. I don't know if you should watch this because it's great. Like,
is it just a commentary track while you're playing the game, or?
Yeah, but they mostly just skip through most of the game and they just show the cutscenes.
Oh, okay.
You know the cutscenes. I mean, they were all like really simple, but like I remember them. Yeah. And they were explaining how it was just a bunch of these guys. It was like Marty O'Donnell and some of the other guys that the Bungie guys, and they're just sitting around like smoking and joking. And remembering how they do these janky cutscenes. They're like, like Captain Keyes at the beginning, he's got like a cigarette or a pipe. That's it. And they were like, oh, we had to do all this stuff to get the pipe to go from his hand to his mouth and everything. Because, it was like the one time that they actually show the pipe in the whole game.
It's a one-shot animation.
Yeah, so it's a one-shot thing. And then like, they had two characters come and shake hands and they had to like, what they did for the characters walking is they actually had a guy on the keyboard record, like play in the game. He would walk forward, like WASD, walk forward and go to the places that he needed to go. And then the game engine would play back those inputs.
That's funny.
So they had to like freaking line these characters up perfectly so that the handshake animations would perfectly match.
It sounds
awesome.
It sounds like what like Rooster Teeth was doing with Red versus Blue.
Yeah.
Which is fun. I like that.
I saw Marty O'Donnell do a talk at the beginning of like the school year, like last year, and he was talking about when they first unveiled Halo at like that conference, and he said that they wanted to show off like their dynamic like music engine because the music is based on like where you're at in the game, and so they were like doing the demo. And they were driving the Warthog, and the Warthog was like a mess to drive in that game. And so like the guy playing the game was a nervous wreck because he was trying to not wreck the Warthog, or else that would ruin the entire demo. And in the meantime, they had Marty O'Donnell in the back with like a cassette of the music, and he was like clicking on the different like tracks. So like he had like a CD of the music, and he had to like switch the tracks based on what was going on. So he's in like this backroom green room, like watching the presentation, going, okay, and cue this music, and cue this music.
Wow.
He was like, it was such a nightmare, but we actually pulled it off.
That's funny.
It's like, I love hearing those, like, how they had to, like, stitch these things together, and when they go up there, they just look all cool, and they're like, yeah, no, this is our game, It's like on the inside, like, their legs are just, like, trembling, and they're like, come on, don't wreck.
Yeah.
How long is the Halo 1 campaign?
It's like I would say the perfect amount. I mean, yeah.
12, 15 hours, 18 hours?
It's not too long. you're not like, oh, another one of these levels, but it's
You're not helping me here.
Yeah,
I want a number. I want a number.
It's
about
12, 15 hours.
Yeah, it's
somewhere around there.
Okay.
Just do a first play of you and I just
it's
playing
worth
through the
it.
co-op of it.
It's worth it.
Is there a co-op of Halo 1?
Yeah. It creates 2 Master Chiefs.
Oh,
so like in all of the cutscenes, there's like 2 Master Chiefs that are just there's like Master Chief, you're our last hope. Hello.
Is it split screen?
Yeah.
All right,
That must be
I'll
an
do that.
Xbox
I would do
only
that with
thing.
you.
Okay. We
And
can do
also
that. We can
me.
record it all and have a good one.
Yeah, because
I would
I just couldn't get into it.
I wonder how the world would have been different if Apple had retained the rights to Halo like they had originally.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Bungie used to be a pretty much Mac exclusive developer.
Marathon and all that.
Yeah, Marathon I really like.
Because
Pathways into Darkness, I love that game. The game is so good.
I'm sure Apple would have squandered that intellectual property.
Yeah, they can squatter a lot of things. Yeah, speaking of squandering, like Rare, Microsoft just destroyed Rare.
Oh yeah.
It makes me sad.
I just remembered. I was like, what happened big in like this week and blah blah blah. And I remember with 5 minutes left in the podcast, Ukulele was announced and absolutely abolished Kickstarter goals. I think they were the fastest Kickstarter to ever reach $1 million.
Really? That can't be true.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I thought I read somewhere that they were
I, don't know.
like the
I
fastest
think
to reach $1
Exploding
million.
Kittens probably.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd probably be close, but
Maybe the first video game to reach $1 million?
maybe.
Or maybe the potato salad. That was probably it.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh, that's when we were doing our Hatchet Kickstarter when the potato salad came out. And
That was so funny.
I was so pissed. I was like, "Are you kidding?"
Are you
The guy's from Columbus, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what added insult to injury. It's
Yeah.
like some dude in Columbus just got a bunch of stuff for potato salad.
Yeah.
It's like meanwhile.
He put on like a conference or something with the money. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because we had to ship all
Potato
that potato
Potato
salad.
Con, I think it was called.
How to sell stuff like potato salad.
Like potato salad.
That doesn't exist yet. It's like, it might be bad. It's his first time making potato salad.
That should be really funny.
All right. I think we gotta end.
No.
If we're going down the potato
Not
salad
on that
line,
front.
we
no.
gotta end.
Gotta-
So Evan, we end. I'm making a grand assumption that you've not listened to this podcast before.
No, I have not.
So that seems pretty accurate.
You monster.
We try to always end with a little segment called "What You Playing." So Evan, what you playing?
What's my plan after this?
What are you playing? What you
Oh.
playing?
What
What's
am I
your
playing? Actually, I'm playing Starseed Pilgrim, and I am playing Bioshock 2 actually because I never got around to it.
Oh,
And
really?
Both of those because they were on sale. and I am also playing Counter Strike Global Offensive just for kicks. I always have something that you can like play mindlessly at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You gotta have your nice and mindless game.
And I haven't been playing video games for like months, so I'm like all these games.
Yeah, like it's like I haven't played video games in months, so I'm going to go marathon 4 of them right now.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
at the same time.
Exactly. So
Awesome. Cody, what you playing?
Let's see here. What am I not playing? Hotline Miami. Been playing a lot of that. I finally beat
One or
Hotline Miami
two?
2.
two.
I've platinumed 1. I adore 1. So I finally got around to beating Hotline Miami 2. And then I started Metal Gear Solid again. So I'm in.
If you play with those keys one more time, I'm gonna break your hand.
I'm playing through. I'm gonna try to play through all of the Metal Gear games for Metal Gear 5, because I was really excited for that game to come out before the Kojima drama and stuff, and now I'm just kind of like concerned that they're gonna be like, oh well, he's gone now, so let's rush the product out, and yeah. So I'm a little concerned about that game because like if the game's bad, they're gonna be like, oh, it was because of all this turmoil and blah blah blah, and ugh. So that's a little scary, but I'm excited for that game. So I'm trying to play through all of the other ones before that one comes out. So
You're on 2 right now.
yeah, one too. So I'm only gonna play through the cores and Peace Walker because apparently Peace Walker had a huge thing
Yeah.
with Ground Zeroes. So I'm going to play through 2, 3, 4, Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, and then hopefully I can get all that done by September.
You should be able to.
I hope so.
I mean, they're a decent length, but they're not like incredibly long.
Yeah, and the nice thing is I've got them on Vita for at least 2 and 3. So for the next 2 games in the series, I can just be something where it's like I'm waiting for a video to export Let's play 10 minutes of Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Although I beat the first boss and now I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm just kind of walking around the ship. Like, okay, let's go find something. I got a gun to kill people, and then they just come back to life, and I'm like, oh.
Thomas?
I'm on a Dwarf Fortress kick at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to get more into adventure mode. I'm mostly stuck to Fortress mode, and which is arguably harder, but adventure mode is having arguably less content than Fortress mode, which I think hasn't been the case for a little while now since the latest release. It's really fun. I've just been playing like just peasants, because you can kind of choose your power level at the beginning. You can start as a peasant, a hero, or like a demigod, where you just like all your stats are just jacked up and you're an unstoppable like one-man army. And so I'm just playing peasants, and I'm just walking around, and I'm just like I'm just gonna talk to people, and the first person who has a quest for me, I'm just gonna go do it, no matter what it is. And it keeps being like, go kill this horrible monster, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. And I'm like just a peasant, so I like just pick up some rocks. I'm like, I know how to do that. I'm gonna find the cave where the man-eating troll is, and it just starts coming at me. I throw all my rocks, miss. Oh wow, I suck, and then it just eats me. Better luck next time, hero. I'm like, well, this is why there's a problem. But the great thing is like you keep playing, the world doesn't reset or anything. It continues marching forward. So I pick a new guy, and I remember once I actually managed to get a character that started in the same place that my old character does, and everybody was talking about how that dude totally got killed by that troll. And so I'm like, hey, is there anything to do? And they're like, yeah, you can go kill this troll. And I'm like, oh, dang. So that's what I'm playing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I, of course, am playing Bloodborne. Lots of Bloodborne.
No.
Just killed another boss last night. Very excited.
I want to play that game.
Game's a lot of fun, although it can be very frustrating.
You know, harness Will and just be like, I want to play that. I want to play Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I want to play it so bad. That's Will.
Yeah.
Sorry, Will.
Yes, I will. But yeah, you mentioned like a mindless game. Like that game's not a mindless game. So it's just I want to kind of I'm always toying between wanting to explore more and push farther. But I know that like when I do that, I'm gonna have to be on my game.
You're gonna lose 50,000 blood souls.
So then I can always go back and just grind, try to get levels up or whatever. But even then, like I was grinding last night and I had like 40,000. And I was just like half-assed paying attention. I was like, and then I got killed. I was like, shit. So it wasn't an easy area, but I just had to kind of work my way back there. But you can always die, like even against stupid easy guys.
You just die against rats.
Yeah, sometimes you get caught in a corner, or they hit you because like if there's a bunch of dogs, they can like stun lock you. And you kind of get caught, and just. But it's a really cool game.
What's the most humiliating way that you've died so far?
Oh, I don't know. I've done some dumb things before. I don't know any offhand, but there's definitely some times where it's just like. Yeah, when I just died, I was like, what were you doing? That was ridiculous.
It wasn't my fault. I put in the right input.
Yeah.
You messed up, character.
You messed up.
I did. I lost about 20,000 Blood Echoes worth of materials yesterday because my stupid brain kept confusing triangle, which is the heal yourself button, and square, which is the use item button.
Oh, no.
So I kept inadvertently using my really expensive items instead of healing myself, and I was just like, damn
I did that a lot in the beginning, where I would just go like, I had a stockpile of Molotovs because I just realized how good they were.
Yeah.
So I'd be like almost dead, and I'd be like, oh, okay, let's heal myself. Molotov myself, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah. You know what would make that game like perfect though is if they had like a true co-op.
Yeah.
Like that would be really sweet if you could play that game with another person. I did the first co-op experience yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was trying to get somebody to join my game, so I like rang my little bell and used my insight. I was there for like 5 minutes and nobody showed up. So I was like, all right, I'll ring my bell and see if I can help somebody because I've never done it before. And then I got pulled in somebody else's world, and it was pretty fun. We went through and then we killed the boss, and then I went back to my world.
Can you communicate with them, or?
No.
It's like Journey kind of.
Yeah, you can't really do anything with them, and you can only be in the area that they called you into, and once the boss is dead, kicks you out of the game, back to yours.
Somebody's gonna figure out like some kind of like animation-based Morse code.
Yeah.
They'll just like sort like
you can do like minor, like you can like wave and stuff.
Yeah, there's gestures and stuff you can do.
Can you do any rude gestures?
I don't know, probably.
I think there's like rude gestures within the world.
But
not like Fable where you can fart.
Can you interact with the person whose game you're joining?
You can't hurt them or anything.
But could you like stop them from moving? Could you like body block them or?
I don't know, maybe.
I'm just thinking about griefing here and just like what could be done to.
I think they can, but they always have the ability to kick you out of the game.
Oh, okay.
So they can end your participation.
And that just makes things harder. It doesn't make them impossible.
Yeah.
You just gotta grief in a way where they don't know you're griefing them until it's too late.
Yeah. It definitely removes some of like the scariness from it. Like when you go up to a boss and like you're on your own, man. Like you have to figure out how to handle this situation. But having somebody else there, like we literally ran by almost all the monsters on the way to the boss because we knew where the boss was and he just wanted help with the boss. So we were just kind of like, boop, just gonna ignore you, climb up a ladder, run around here. So it definitely sort of kills the atmosphere a bit. But still, I would love to play that game. Like, if you and I could co-op that game or something.
Like the entire game, just play it?
Yeah, it would just be, like, really fun to, like, work your way through.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they would balance that to make it still challenging. Like, maybe add extra guys.
Double the enemies.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you made it to a boss battle. Like, here comes, like, Father Gascioni, and it's like, oh, no, there's Mother Gascioni. It's the same person.
Yeah.
It's just got a bow on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you want to... It's always... I won't say it's always, but I think from a game design perspective... It tends to be better if you can add more guys to the scene instead of buffing the enemies. Because that was one of Diablo's main problems when it first started, Diablo 3, is like you would pull in like 4 people into your game, and all of a sudden each individual mob is like a goddamn powerhouse. So it's like you could never kill a monster by yourself. Like even a simple monster that normally you could just like 1 or 2 shot, they would scale so dramatically in their health.
Oh, see, you know what I always did in Diablo was I would just play by myself, but I would set the players to 8.
Yeah.
Then I would do that from the beginning. So I was my character was always like primed for like just way harder enemies, and then as soon as the game started challenging me, I just dialed down the number of virtual players there were, and then my character would just chop through everything.
Well, I always played not always, but I like to play hardcore. So it's like. You make a mistake and you're out.
Tough. We need to play Don't Starve together.
Yeah. Have they released the Dual Friends PS4 thing yet?
Not for PS4.
I would like to. I think Don't Starve would be a really fun game to play together.
Yeah. Don't Starve together sounds awesome, but I want them to come out outside of outside of PC.
Yeah. All right. Well, that has been episode 53 of WMVG, the weekly Multivarious Games podcast.
It has.
As always, you can email us at wmvg@multivariousgames.com. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, we will read them on the interwebs here. You can find us on the web at multivariousgames.com. You can find us on Facebook at Multivarious Games. You can find us on Twitter at Multivarious. And you can find me personally at Titter. Oops.
Freudian slip.
Is there? I'm sure there's got to be a Titter.com, right? There has to be.
This is Twitter where
we'll look it up later. My Twitter is C_Volpe. We have Cody at _Cody was here, with was being WUZ. We have Tom at Argenbarger.
That's it.
And we have Evan. Do you tweet?
ET1337.
ET1337.
He just really likes the Atari ET game, and he bought 1,300 copies of it. And that's where his Twitter handle came from.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Do you have does Lemma have a Twitter? Or is it just all 3 of you?
Just me.
And then you can find Lemma at lemmagame.com, right?
Yep.
And you can find it on Steam.
Yes.
And a lot of other places.
You just find it everywhere.
Yeah.
Bargain bins.
It's at a Walmart.
Just walk outside, you'll probably run into a copy of it.
Play this guy's game.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it for yourself.
Evan, do you have any last things? Well, first of all, thank you for being here and participating both in Indie and Indie on our podcast. So I think it was fun to have you and spend an afternoon. Is there any last words of wisdom, anything you want to say regarding life, the universe?
Drink your Ovaltine.
Drink your Ovaltine.
That's important.
Always drink your Ovaltine.
Could have had a V8.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening and or watching, and we will see you. I guess don't forget to check out Indie on YouTube, which will probably be out before this will. So right?
Right?
Possibly.
Right?
That's Cody's yes. We'll see you next week. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.